we are going to implement this edit button. Right now it doesn't do anything when I click it, but what we want to do is to be able to choose some kind of image for our avatar. So we are going to use here our gallery library that will allow us to take picture or to choose one from our library. So to do that, first we need to connect this button as an action. Let me go ahead and open my main storyboard here. And let's find our edit button. Here I want to do is table view. Let's put after our table view a mark IP actions. And we want to access our edit button, option drag, and call this edit button pressed. And here, what we want to do when our user clicks on edit button is to show this image picker, which is our gallery. And to do that, we need to import the gallery. And we're going to create a gallery instance here. This is gonna be a gallery controller, and we promise that we are going to initialize this by putting this exclamatory mark here. So what I want to do is when my user clicks on this edit button, we want to show our gallery. So let's say show gallery. And this is a function that doesn't exist yet. Let's call show image gallery. And we are going to create that function now. So after our update UI configure, let's put a mark here, call this gallery. And then I will say private func show image gallery. And this function will be called and error will be going away right now. So what we want to do when we want to show our gallery, first we need to initialize it. So we say self.gallery is this guy over here that we promised that we will initialize it, is equals to gallery controller. And we're going to initialize one. And we say self.gallery.delegate is equals to self. So our view will be the delegate of this image gallery, and we are going to receive notification from this delegate that our user has chosen image, a video, or whatever we have there. Of course, it throws an error because we haven't conformed to this protocol yet. But before we do that, I'm going to do some configuration. So I'll say config, and we want to config dot tab to show. And when our user, let me show you what's going on here. When our user clicks on this, we are presented with this gallery. And then at the bottom, we have two tabs, camera and photos. So we can tell which tabs we want to see here. And in our case, we want to see this is an array of tabs, and we want to see camera, image, or video. We have these three options here provided by gallery. I want to see the image tab and camera tab. I don't want to see a video tab since we are choosing an avatar image. There is no point anyway. Then we say config dot camera dot image limit is equals to 1. Again, we are choosing a avatar image and we don't want to choose multiple images from our gallery, even though our gallery allows us to choose multiple images. And then we say config dot initial tab is equals dot image tab. The initial tab is the by default selected tab when we open our gallery there. And finally, we want to present this. So we say self.present, and then we say gallery, and I want to animate true. And completion nil. There is nothing we want to do. As simple as that, but right now we have an error, and in order to make it go away, we need to conform to the delegate of our gallery controller. So let's do that after our extension here for our text field. So I'll say edit profile table view controller, and we conform to gallery controller delegate. And the error will go away from here and appear here because there are required functions we need to implement. And the easiest way is just click on this and click on fix, and Xcode will import automatically all the required functions that this delegate protocol has. And let's go from the top to bottom. The first one is did select images, which array of images. So this function notifies us when our user has selected multiple images, array of images. The second one is did select video. The third one is lightbox, and the fourth one, the user just click cancel. So if user clicked cancel, what we want to do is simply dismiss our gallery. So we will say controller, which is the gallery controller. We want to dismiss it. So we say dismiss animated true completion nil. And the same thing we want to do if our lightbox is selected or our video was selected, because we are not supporting any of these things. So we just want to dismiss. What we are interested in is when our user chooses an image. So this thing returns an array of image objects, which if you click and jump to definition, you will see that this is just the image class. Remember, this is not a UI image. This is just an image of our gallery. So what we want to do is to make sure our user has chosen some images. So we say if images.count is greater than 0, it means we have an image. And now what we want to do is to convert this image to a UI image. And to do that, we are going to say images dot first, and we can force unwrap this because I just checked that we have more than 0 items. So for sure we have 1 item in our array. Then we will call this resolve, which is a function provided by gallery. It says resolve UI image asynchronously. So it will take this image thing, whatever it is, and it will convert it to a UI image, which we prefer. And this returns an optional. Let's call this avatar image. And here, once remember, this is happening asynchronously. So this is on a background thread. So what we want to do when we get this image, we want to upload this to our Firebase. Then we want to get the link and assign it to our user. And then we want to update our user as well. And also we want to take this image, whatever I select, and set it as our image here. So to do that, I'm going to say, let's first put a to-do here and call this upload image. And then we will say self avatar image view dot image is equals to, and then we access this avatar image. All right, and actually, before we do this, let's check if this, because this is an optional, remember, say if avatar image is not equals to nil, and only then we can upload, because for some reason we may not be able to convert this to a UI image. And else, let's show some kind of information to our user so the user knows what's going on. And I'm going to do that with my progress AGT. So let's import this. And let's tell our progress AGT to show an error. And we say couldn't select image. All right. If I run my application, let's see what's the error. Oh, we are missing something. If I run my application now, and if I try to show my gallery, technically my application should crash because we forgot to do one thing. Let's test this. Click edit. Go to settings, and this is crashing. And if you check the crash report, this app has crashed because it attempts to access privacy sensitive data without a usage description. The app's info.plist must contain NS photo library usage description key with a string value. And the reason it crashed is because in our info.plist, we didn't ask for permission from our user to use the gallery or the camera. So to do that, we are going to go to our info plist. At the last line here, just click on a plus button, just type privacy, and you can see all the different privacy settings here you have. And if you want to use any of these, you need to access this and ask for permission first, otherwise the application will crash. So we are interested in camera usage description, and we just put a value here. And what I want to tell our user that we want to use the camera to take pictures. So we can use our product name here, which is by default, say $ product name. And then I will say, would like to use your camera. All right, and let's just click plus again, say privacy, and we want to get also the media library usage. Media library usage description. And again, I'm going to say the application name, would like to use your media library. And we need another one. Let's just go to privacy. And this time we are looking for photo library usage. Photo library usage description. And again, we say, would like to use your photo library. All right, let's rerun our application. So we're going to back to our info. And let's try to get an image. So this asks for permission. You can select the specific photos that you want to give permission to use, or in my case, I'm going to allow access to all photos. Then it asks us for permission for camera. Let's click OK. And now we have our library here. Let's choose this leave here, click done, and see what happens. nothing is happening. It's not crashing and it's not doing anything. All right, it did eventually choose a photo. Oh, see, there is one thing I forgot to do is in our, where is it? In our gallery, when we select our picture, we haven't dismissed this. So even though we choose this image, we don't actually dismiss our view. So let's just dismiss it every time our user chooses it. And this way we are going to see the results straight away. So I choose this red one now, and the dismiss happens and we get our picture. So it's all nice, but this thing is rectangle, while I would prefer to have a round image. Let's try another one. Yes, it's working. So the next step would be for us to fix this to become a rectangle, convert a rectangle to a round image, and also to do the uploading. Once we are done with this, we can go ahead and work on the status.